Morning everybody, welcome to the channel. This is just going to be a quick Tech Tuesday. This is the day after the 4-day Alternative Traws Eryri ride, and if anybody wants the GPX files for that ride, just give me a shout. Find me on Instagram, or what's the other place? Instagram or Strava, that's the one to think then. Feeling a bit achy after the 4 days, but feeling good, absolutely superb. So a quick Tech Tuesday just to run through what worked, what didn't work. In the main, it all worked. And since we're talking about GPX routes, I've just seen Neil Donahue's little video, his first ride out on his brand new bike. And he's basically nicked my route, which I did the other week, the Snowdonia one. If anybody wants a GPX file for that and the section he does before he crosses over the Malbec estuary, give me a shout. I'll tell you exactly where he went. But top marks for Neil to putting up a little graphic of where he rode. Right then, let's start with a little breakdown of the kit. Right, start with the emergency breakdown kit. That will stay as is, because the last thing you want is to be found wanting in the middle of nowhere. So I'm happy that stays as is. Emergency gear, that stays as is. Bag, light, little glow sticks, and a first aid kit. Glasses, you can never have, if you wear reading glasses, you can never have too many pairs of glasses. I had 3 pairs, I knackered 2 pairs. So another 3 cheapy, these are just cheapy jobs from Poundland or whatever. So always have your glasses. I knackered 2 pairs. Must take shades, always take shades. Tea bags, yeah, a couple of the B&Bs, although they had a few tea bags, there weren't that many. Brown saucers, I'm glad I took that because I had a pasty coming back on the train from Conway, and I cracked open some brown sauce and it was bloody lovely. Just made the pasty wonderful. Big fan of Tic Tacs, popping the odd Tic Tac every now and then. So that's a keeper. Emergency money, no brainer. Charger, no brainer. This bum bag, got it from TK Maxx Oakley. Absolutely superb for the Hovrex one, and to put stuff in, really comfortable. Put stuff in the side, water bottle pouch, sunglasses and such like. That is brilliant. Meds, yes, was pop in a couple of those. Bum cream, always take zinc oxide. Don't be afraid to chuck it up the crease where the sun doesn't shine. So that's a must. Don't forget your gloves. Toiletries, yeah, that's a no-brainer. The charger, this is one of those 65-watt super-fast lightning chargers. Absolutely brilliant. If you're going to take a charger, take those, because it does off bloody top the electrical petrol stuff up in your phones and stuff really quick. Loo roll, yeah. And poncho, we'll always take that. Leggings, we'll always take that. And we'll always take the plastic overshoes. As you see on day 4, the weather changes, and the heavy drizzle, and the wind was relentless. So yeah, always pack for the worst. Other than that, kit-wise, that was all good. But there is one thing that didn't work too well, and I'm going to show you that now. Right, so here we have my rookie, the Inca Mountain Warehouse Inca 35 Extreme. Absolutely superb. When I've been using the Bosch system, it's been great. I can put the battery in, no problem. When I go out with when I've been out with the Wild, I can use the range extender, so I don't need to put the battery in there. So it's just brilliant. However, because I've got the new bike and I've got this new battery, yes, the 720 fits in there, but it makes it very tight in there. Now, if I was to put the 960 battery in there, it stands proud, which puts even more pressure on the little inner section, which has actually ripped it. Even with the 720, it's ripped it all, and it just restricts space because of the larger battery, this one and the 960, even though I didn't swap batteries on the trip. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to extend this up, make a little box so the 960 can slide in and nothing can implode on that, to make it easier when I'm taking it in and out, or if I have to swap batteries. But that means I need a new rookie. So I've ordered one. I think it's I'll tell you what it is when I actually get it and if it works. So I have a new rookie at Jackie's waiting for me. Right, we have a rookie update. So my Inca 35
because of the shape and the size of the new batteries, it doesn't work all that good. The space is very restrictive because when you look at the inker on the side on, it's got a bit of a curve as opposed to a... Now, when I was away, I ordered a 40-litre rucksack, an All Pro 40-litre thing. I've tried it. It's too boxy. It's massive for a 40-litre, so it was only 25 quid. So I've sent that back, and I've just been down Mountain Warehouse now. I took my... pick up my glasses. I took my battery, the big battery, and I also took my plastic insert, and I was just playing around with all the rookies inside Mountain Warehouse to see which rookie offered the most room or the best room for the big battery, and all my other kit. And I've actually made a new purchase because I put the insert into this rookie, I put the battery into the rookie, and I used loads of stuff from Mountain Warehouse to pretend that it was my gear, and bloody loads of room. So I have gone and bought for £30 this, and I get my glasses on now, and it is the Elgon 35-litre rucksack. Loads of room. It's bigger than the Inca, but not as big as that thing I've just sent back, the All Pro. Packs down really well. Loads of room for the 960 battery. What I am going to do, though, is just going to extend this up a little bit, just to allow for the size of the battery, and maybe put a little top on to stop things going into there when it's actually in the rookie. Might extend this out a little bit just to fit, but yeah, that is all good. That fits in there. New rookie. The only downside is no side pockets, but what I might do is cut the ones off my Inca and stitch them onto there. Because I bought a super strong stitching kit for a project a while ago, and I've used it quite a bit to do stuff, so I might cut those side pockets off and stitch them on there, because they are quite handy. But there you go, that's the new rookie, specifically bought to cater for the Nikolai batteries. Right, now the main event. Did the bike work? Let's find out. Right, so there it is, the Nikolai Saturn 16 MGU. What an absolute beast. What a dream to ride. Nothing failed on that. It was an absolute dream. This was a masterstroke, putting some padding on the handlebars. I just need to figure out a way of securing it all because of the pressure you're putting on sometimes, pulling up some of the banks. It's ripped the outer stuff off, and the cable ties were a bit catchy at times. So that stays. I just need to fine-tune how it goes on. Here you can see, I haven't washed the bike, I'm going to do that later on today at Jackie's. I've got the little pieces of Magic Mary just to cover the battery going in there. And that piece is, in the event of me putting the 720 on, it covered that gap which I've spoken about in a previous video. So that's always going to stay on there regardless of the ride. Then we've got this section here, which I've put to protect the motor, because the amount of rocks that come flying up when you're trundling along, rather than just hitting the motor and cracking the casing, piece of Magic Mary and bounce it off. So that is a no-brainer. That worked really well. The belt drive, absolutely superb. No worries whatsoever going over rocks, tufty grass, deep bog. No worries of chain suck, things getting bashed on the rear mech, indexing going out of sync, chain snappage. None of that. It was just trouble-free riding. Absolutely superb. Massive fan of the belt now. Chains, nah, no good. And then with the MGU, the gearbox, the gear changing with these, it's bloody wonderful. Whether you're moving or you're static, you can just silky smooth gear changes. Absolutely brilliant. Mudguards, I keep mudguards on all year round regardless. And if you're going to do an adventure ride, make sure you've got decent mudguards. As you can see, I've put an extension here because even though this is the RRP Pro Guard, the big one, it still gets flickage up in your face. So I've got this little extension. I think this is from Temu. I don't know. Anyway, put a little extension on, so that works brilliantly. And then have a big mudguard at the back, because the last thing you don't want is setting off on day one of a multi-day ride and getting absolutely soaked because you get all the flickage because you've got no mudguardage. So that's my homemade one out of bits of Mudhugger and bits of Temu stuff.
comes right the way round to catch all the muck, and that worked brilliantly. So yeah, bike, excellent. Cannot fault it. Massive, massive fan of the MGU and the Nikolai.
Right, Jackies, we're about to wash the bike. Another thing which we need to talk about is my saddle. Nothing wrong with the saddle, comfy saddle. But the day before, on the Sunday before I was going, I realised, Christ, where's my little padded saddle pad thing? I looked for my good. I've got two. I looked for my good one, couldn't find it. I've hidden it somewhere safe, so I had to take the knackered one. Well, the knackered one, the rubbish one off my white G170, which I use for just knocking about the roads, and put that on. The saddle, that comfy saddle pad, fell apart at the end of day one. I had to chuck it in the bin when I was having a brew, so I have now gone and bought another one from Amazon, which is this. It is called the Bike Boy. So it's for narrow saddles, so that'll fit on there. It's got some high vis, safety first. It fits really well, actually, nice and padded. I won't use that for day rides. This is just purely for multi-day rides when my ass is getting a good pounding. I need some comfort after a good pounding. So, Bike Boy, I think it was about 11 quid or something off Amazon. Got good reviews, feels quite nice, designed for thin seats, so that's all good. What else we got to say? Another good thing about this bike, yes, I washed it at the end of day one at the Texaco garage, but that's because I take the bike into the foyer of the B&B at the Coach and Horses, so you don't want to take a crappy bike, in their house. But all the other days, I can leave it. There's no issues where I leave it, and you just don't have to worry about cleaning the bloody thing. You don't have to decrap all the derailleur, all that malarkey. You don't have to oil the chain. You just bloody leave it. It's absolutely amazing. So yeah, that's another plus of a belt drive. Other than that, right, I want to get washing now. Still waiting for a message from Jomotron about the other bits, but to be honest, that's not a problem. I don't see any issues with that at all. But, if Nikolai say, I'll get it changed, I'll keep that as a spare, and I'll see what tool I need to remove that. Right then, let's get washing. So when I wash the bike, I just put an oily rag in there just to protect all the gubbins in there, and I'm very careful when I'm spraying around there anyway. Right, let's give it a little bit of a wetting down. Right, let's just wet him down. Give the bearing brigade heart attacks with this low pressure cold water. Oh, you don't want to use low pressure cold water. Carefully, you'll blow the bearing seals out. No, you bloody won't. And there she blows. Clean, drip drying.
Zero chain lubing. Right then, folks, that's it. I'm going to have a cup of tea, get loaded up, and then go to Jackie's, get the bike washed. And start thinking about the next adventure, which I don't know it's going to be yet. So, got my first downhill race next weekend, the 6th of April. Looking forward to that. Right then, you know the drill. Like, subscribe, drop a comment. Until the next one, in a bit, peeps.